Sock blanks or mini skeins? Which should you dye up if you want to create a gradient small project? A set of mini skeins is pretty easy to dye up, and you can create a set of 5 mini skeins where the color slowly will transition from one to the other. In these mini skeins, the amount of blue is consistent, but we vary the amount of black. And so when you go to, say, knit a pair of socks with them, you can decide how many rows you want to knit out of each color, and you can decide where those color transitions take place. The downside is that you're going to have a lot of ends to weave in, and you may have a bit of a striped line where you transition between the colors. On a sock blank that's dyed with the same colorway, by starting with a blue blank that we dip dye into black, the transition between the different colors is going to be smoother. We're going to slowly increase the amount of black that's on there, and there aren't going to be any harsh lines where one color transitions into the next. And these transitions will happen automatically. You're not going to have a lot of other ends to weave in. But this also means that you may not see all of the colors in the blank represented in your project if you're not going to be using 50 grams of yarn in one project. But since this blank is double-stranded, once unraveled, you'd get a matched pair of yarn. So the gradient would behave the same way on each sock if that's what you're making. One other, either pro or con to sock blanks is that you can get resist from the stitches themselves, giving you some modeling or reverse speckling onto your yarn, which is not a bad thing. It's just a different effect from what you get on dyeing a tonal mini skein of yarn. Just like with a lot of things, this all comes down to personal preference, but I have a lot of fun dyeing up mini skein sets and then sock blanks with similar techniques for similar overall effects. So then we can talk about how they may be different. Let me know if you want more of this.